Okay, audible. Thank you. Fine. So now we shall see in continuation of that forces, we will see an instrument and then we shall pass on to the next topic, pressure. Okay. Fine. Are you able to see the screen? Can you see the screen? Yes. Can you read this? Spring balance. Okay, spring balance. Fine. Okay, so this is a spring balance. So please don't scribble on the screen. So please don't scribble. So listen to the class. So in continuation of the forces, we are going to learn about the spring balance. The spring balance is nothing but an instrument. Okay, it is an instrument that can be used to measure the gravitational force acting on any object. Spring balance can be used directly to calculate the gravitational force acting on the object. Say for example, you are having your notebook or any textbook. Okay, so Balaganga, please don't scribble. So Balaganga, please don't scribble on the screen. Listen, suppose you have some book, say for example, it is half a kilogram, half kg book. You are just holding on your palm. Suppose you want to know that how much amount of force it is exerting, how much amount of force it is exerting on your palm. For that you have to measure the mass, and then if you multiply the acceleration due to gravity 9.8 meter per second square, you will be getting the force directly. Okay, I take W as weight of the object. Weight of the object is equal to mass of the object multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, namely G. And weight can be taken to be W as a single letter. Mass can be taken as M. Acceleration due to gravity, you know that it is given by the letter G. And G is constant in the ground. G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Approximately, if you take it as 10 meter per second square, then if you hold your book on your palm or your notebook on your palm, which is half kilogram or 0.5 kilogram, that will exert a force of about, that is weight is nothing but force. So weight is also a force, which is equal to how much amount of force will be acting? 0.5 kilogram multiplied by 10 meter per second square, which is equal to what? 5. What is the unit of force? What is the unit of force? So please type the unit of force. The first letter is enough. So we are going to learn about the spring balance. Before that, I will tell you, not G, yes, N, Newton, okay? Yes, Trinity Dheeraj, good. Listen, so unit of force is Newton. Yes, Provayandi, Newton is the unit of force. 5 Newton. Suppose if you have your textbook or your notebook on your palm, which weighs about half kilogram, that will exert a force of 5 Newton on your palm. Okay, that will exert a 5 Newton on your palm. Or if you are going to purchase some vegetables, so normally your parents will be going out, they will be purchasing vegetables or fruits. Suppose you purchase vegetables of about a total of 8 kilogram. Suppose you are purchasing 8 kilogram of vegetables and fruits. What much amount of force will this bag exert on your hand? Suppose if you are holding this, how much amount of force will be exerting on your palm? Please calculate and tell me. You are purchasing 8 kilogram of, yes. So John or Ion. So please rethink and answer. Mass is 8 kilogram. Mass is 8 kilogram. How much amount of force? This force is given by the value weight. Mass and weight are different. Mass is 8 kilogram. Weight is mass into G. The G can be taken to be 10 meter per second square approximately. Suppose if you purchase 8 kilogram of vegetables and fruits, how much amount of force will be exerted on your fingers when you hold it? Not 10 meter. So please think. So no problem in giving wrong answers. Even if the answers are wrong, please type it. Don't worry about that. We will learn. 0.8 Newton. No, not 0.8 Newton. Not 10 meter. Again think. I have given you the formula. W is the force. Force is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Mass is 8 kilogram. Acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. What is the weight or the force? No one is coming with correct answer. Even then you are trying. Good. Try. Again try. 80 Newton. Yes. So is your name John or Ion? Okay, John. Okay, John Emil. Fine. So John Emil has given the right answer. Good. 80 Newton. How it is 80 Newton? Yes, Harish, you are right. 80 Newton. Because mass of the vegetables and fruits are 8 kilogram multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. Yes, Arjun, you are right. 80 Newton is approximately 10 meter per second square. It is the constant. Constant for Earth. Okay, constant for Earth. 8 into 10 is equal to 80 Newton. Okay, 80 Newton. So you have learned something to apply. Yes, Caleb, you are right. 80 Newton. Okay. When you are asked to calculate, yes, Balaganga, good. When you are asked to calculate the weight is different from mass. As a physics student, try to distinguish weight and mass. Weight is different from mass. Mass of the vegetables are 8 kilogram. Weight means weight is equal to mass multiplied by G. So G is the acceleration with which the earth is attracting the object. You know that gravitational force. Okay, gravitational force exerts an acceleration of 10 meter per second square approximately. To be exact, it is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, you will be getting the force acting downwards. Okay, that is also called weight. Weight and force are same. Okay, now, so what is the relation between these calculations and this spring balance? Now let us see what is a spring balance. See, spring balance is nothing but an instrument. Okay, spring balance is nothing but an instrument for which it is used to calculate the gravitational force. Okay, what is it? Gravitational force? Mass into acceleration due to gravity. Mass into acceleration due to gravity. Fine. How does it work? It has a tight spring inside. Okay, it has a tight spring inside. And it has a pointer on it. It has a pointer on it. Pointer fixed to a particular point. And you can see some opening here. Okay, this is called the opening. Okay, or it is also called the slit. It has a slit, and the top end of the spring is fixed to one end, and the bottom end is attached to a hook. Okay, so within this hook you can hold anything. Suppose if you want to hold that bag which contains that 8 kilogram of vegetable, you can hold it here. You can hold it here. Okay, you can hold it here. So when you hold the weight on the hook, what will happen? According to the weight which is hanged, the pointer will move downwards. And there is a scale with some calibration on two sides, the scale will give you the correct reading. Okay, suppose this is 0, this is 10 gram, 20 gram, say for example 250 gram, 500 gram, 1000 gram, or in kilograms also you can calibrate. Okay, 0 kilogram, okay, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, etc., 10 kg, say for example. So the pointer, red pointer will be moving bottom and top. So the reading which is shown by the pointer will give you the exact mass of the object. And if you calculate the value of weight, suppose if you are getting 2 kilogram, you have to multiply this with 9.8 meter per second square, which is equal to, what is the value of 9.8 into 2? 19.6 Newton. Okay, so I just show the small demo of that spring balance. So listen. So assume that I have made a small spring balance. So here you can see the spring. Are you able to see the spring? The spring is fixed at one end, and you have a pointer. Okay, I have used a ball pen as a pointer. So this is what is inside the spring balance. Okay, you have a spring which can move here and there. Okay, according to the weight, the size of the spring may expand or contract. You have a spring, you have a pointer attached, you should have a scale. Okay, so this arrangement is just kept near a scale. Okay, so the scale is here. Suppose the scale shows the mass, so the pointer will be moving on the scale. You can directly, suppose this is 8 kilogram, this is 9 kilogram, you can measure the mass of the object. And after here I can have some, so in the hook I have kept some bag. Okay, so just to show that the demo of that spring balance. Okay, so you have a spring, you have a pointer, you have the, what is that, hook. Okay, instead of hook I have kept some bag. Okay, fine. So now what I'm going to do, suppose I want to calculate the mass of any object, I have to keep this mass into this bag. Okay, I am keeping the object here. I have another object, I am going to keep that object inside this bag. Therefore what will happen, so originally the spring will be here. Now because of the weight, what will happen, the spring has to move. Okay, you can see the spring is expanding. Okay, the spring can be expanded, contracted, expanded, contracted. Okay, thereby it will give you the exact mass of the object. Okay, this is the simple idea of a spring balance. So it contains, I repeat it, it contains a fixed spring inside. It is fixed at one end and it is attached to a hook at the other end. You have a slit and you have some calibration. Okay, are you able to see the screen? I just check. Are you able to see the screen now? Yes. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is what is the spring balance. Okay, it contains a spring. It has a pointer, as I showed the pen tip, and it is connected with the hook. You can hang any mass here. When the mass is increasing, the spring will expand. Thereby, the spring will be expanding. The pointer at the top will be coming downwards. You have some calibrations here, maybe in grams or kilograms. If you measure that, that will give you the mass. If you multiply that mass with 9.8 meter per second square, you will be getting the force. What force? Gravitational force. Okay, you just tell me, when you hold 1 kilogram of water, 1 kilogram of water on your hand, ignore the weight of the water can. Ignore the weight of the water can. Assume that you are holding 1 kilogram of water. What amount of force will you be experiencing? You take G as 9.8. You have 1 kilogram of water. What amount of force will be acting on your hand? Tell me the answer quickly. Yes, 10 Newton. 10 Newton. If you take 9 Newton, 9.8 meter per second square, it should be 9.8 Newton. Okay. Now, are you able to understand how much amount of weight is 1 Newton? Okay. Now you can experience the amount of force. If you want to experience 1 Newton of force in your hand, keep some 1 kilogram body on your palm. That will be giving what? That is 10 Newtons. Okay, 10 Newtons. Okay, 9.8 into 1 kilogram is 10 Newton. Okay, fine. Okay, what will happen if we have 2 kilograms of weight on your hand? How much amount of force will you be experiencing? You can take G as 10. Assume that you have 2 kilogram of weight on your palm. Okay, yes, 19.6 or 20 Newton. Approximately, it is 20 Newton. Okay, so Caleb, you don't understand. Okay, no problem. Listen. So I am telling the relation connecting the weight and mass. W is equal to mg is the formula. The mass of the body, it is the amount of matter that contains. Okay, and weight is nothing but the product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. You know that Earth is attracting any object towards its center with an acceleration of 9.8 meter per second square. Is it clear, Caleb? Or others who do not understand this concept? Caleb. See, any object is attracted towards the center of the earth with an acceleration of what? 9.8 meter per second square. By definition, what is force? Force is nothing but mass into acceleration in general. Okay, in general, force is equal to mass into acceleration. And it is the force. Suppose it is 1 Newton. It is the amount of force. 1 Newton is the amount of force that is required to move a body or accelerate a body of 1 kilogram by 1 meter per second square. That is the definition of force. And I take W as the force. Which force? Gravitational force. I take gravitational force as W. It is given by mass and acceleration. What acceleration? Earth is attracting all objects with A is equal to 9.8. It is a constant. Therefore, M into G. Now you tell me you hold 1 kilogram of water on your palm. How much amount of force will be on your palm? Caleb, can you calculate that? We have already done this. So for you, I am doing this again. Assume that you have mass is equal to 1 kilogram. How much amount of force? Force is nothing but weight. Okay. G, you can take G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. You are holding 1 kilogram of water. Assume the weight of water, ignore the weight of water can. Yes, you are right. Okay. 9.8. 1 into 9.8 is 9.8. What is the unit? Newton. Similarly, if you hold 2 kilogram of water can or 2 kilogram of oil cover in your hand, how much amount of force will be acting on your hand? 2 into 9.8, which is equal to 19.6 Newton. Is it clear, Caleb, now? Okay. So using this spring balance, we are calculating the value of M for any object. Okay. This kind of spring balance you can see with the waste paper or old paper vendors. Suppose if you want to sell your old newspapers or old notebook papers, they will come with the spring balance. You can see that. They will be holding in their hand. They will tie all the newspapers with a string. They will attach the string to the hook in their spring balance. That will give you the mass. They are not going to calculate the weight. They are going to calculate the mass. Say, for example, 8 kilogram of paper. That will be shown directly on your string balance. They will give you the amount. For example, 8 kilogram, 10 rupees per kilogram. 8 kilogram to 10 rupees is 80 rupees they will give. Okay, this is about a small example in day-to-day life. They are using the spring balance to measure the mass of the object. For us, if you want to calculate the gravitational force, you have to calculate mass using spring balance, multiply it by g, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Is that clear, everyone? Any doubt? Any doubt? No, no doubt. Okay. Okay, good. Now we shall pass on to next topic. Okay, so we shall pass on to the next topic, pressure. So we have learned about force. Now we are going to learn about pressure. Okay, pressure. Okay, pressure is also defined as a force per unit area. Pressure is equal to force per unit area. Force acting per unit area is called the pressure. Fine. So before that, let us see some examples. Okay, I will show you some examples. First, I will show you in the picture, and then I will show some real examples. Okay, see. So I will discuss this slide after. Okay, after that. So let us see some examples here. So you are using a knife, so which is of a sharp edge. You are using a needle, which is sharp. You are using this instrument to open a coconut. Okay, and this is a saw to cut a wood. So in your kitchen, you can see some of you may be using this. What is that cutter? I don't know the exact name for English name for that cutter. In Tamil, it is called Arival Manai. Okay, Arival Manai. See, let us see something related to the pressure, and then we shall discuss. So just look at the objects I am showing to you. So what is this? So this is a knife. Okay, it is a knife. I don't know which box you are referring to, Arjun. Okay, so it's a knife. Okay, so it is having some sharp edge. So it is a sharp edge. Should be having some sharp edge. Okay, fine. And so what is this? What is this? It is a nail cutter, isn't it? Nail cutter we are using like this, and you can see the portion that cuts the nail. Okay, where we put the nail, will it be sharp or blunt? Should this portion be sharp or blunt? Sharp. Why should it be kept sharp? In order to exert more amount of force, that we will discuss later. Okay, and what is this? It is a scissor. Okay, Tailor's scissor. You can see we are applying force. Okay, I am applying force at these 2 points. Okay, I apply some force here. At 2 points, I am applying the force. You can see how sharp is the edges. Okay, you can see the sharpness of the edge. See how sharp is this? Okay. And one more thing. This is a hammer. Yes, it is a hammer. And what is this? It is a nail. Okay, it is a nail. Yes, it is a nail. Hammer and a nail. And do you know the reason why do we keep the bottom end sharp? What will happen if you have the blunt end of a nail? So you are hitting the head of a nail. Okay, you are hitting the head. Okay, suppose I want to hit this. Okay, so I'm going to hit this. Okay, so the nail is fixed here. Nail is fixed here. Okay, I don't think you are able to see that nail. Just I will hang something. Okay, I will hang something. I have hang something on the nail. Okay, so why should we use that sharp on one edge and the blunt or the flat on other edge? Okay, the nail will be broken when it is blunt. Okay, it may be, but thanks for your answer, Kasturi. Whereas if you don't use that sharp edge, it will not pierce through the, yes, you are right, Arsha, it will not pierce through the wall. Okay, it will not pierce through the wall. So I have just picked it. See, that means there is wide area pressure will low. Yes, John Emil has given the exact answer. Okay, fine. So there is a relation connecting the area. Area, you can see the area here, and you can see the area. So area of the knife, the area of the edge of the nail. There is a direct relation connecting the area and the force. Okay, and one more example. I will finish that. So this is a shoulder bag. It is a shoulder bag. Okay, so we are using the shoulder bag like this. So it can contain so many things, but you can see the how wider is the handle. See, the handle is very wider. So why do we use this wide handle? Even your school bag. Okay, so long time back you are using your school bags. Okay, in order to hold strong. No. So when you use some shoulder bag which is having some large area in contact with the shoulder, your answers are different from what I expect. Okay, no problem. So when you, okay, not strong, just listen. Let's just listen. Yes, John Emil has given the right answer. Yes, the pressure will be low. See, when you increase the area, the pressure exerted on my shoulder, the pressure exerted by the bag or the weight on my shoulder will be low. In order to reduce the pressure on the shoulders of the children, the bag makers, they are making the wider handles in your bag. Not only children's school bag, all your travel bags. All your travel bags. You can check it with your home. If you have the travel bags with the wider handle, that will decrease the pressure. Okay, that will decrease the pressure. Somebody is writing we should decrease the weight. Harish. Yes, decreasing the weight is not the solution, but if you want to hold something, you have to hold it. But when you increase the area, you can reduce the pressure. So that is why I showed all these things. So we will discuss in detail in the next class about the pressure. So what is pressure? What is the unit? What are the effects of pressure? How can we increase or how can we decrease pressure? All these things we will discuss. Okay, but with these examples and demonstration, one thing is clear. There is a direct relation between pressure, force, and area of contact. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear for everyone? Please assume there is a relation connecting the force, area, and pressure. What is that relation? That we will discuss. Okay, so more weight in large area, Harish is mentioning that more weight in large area will be not a big pressure. Yes, you are right. More weight in large area is not a problem. More weight in lesser area is a problem. Okay, more weight in small area is a problem. More pressure. Okay, fine. Okay, so is there any doubt in the lesson of spring balance, weight, and unit of force? Thank you, Caleb, and the pressure. So we will discuss in detail in the next class. Okay, fine. Don't forget that force, pressure, area are interlinked. If you change area, you can change pressure. If you increase force, you can also increase pressure. So all these things we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you, Caleb.